Your trusted connectivity partner, Telkom Business, proudly brings you the Entrepreneurial SME Show.
In spite of persistent challenges and uncertainty in South Africa's socio-economic and political landscape, ongoing research conducted by business partners shows that SMEs have demonstrated resilience and maintained confidence in their future. This week, I have one of those persistent entrepreneurs joining me to share her story. Keabetsoe Matshediso is the founder of Gifted by Matt. This is the Entrepreneurial SME, and I'm Mabote. Here's a short snippet of how Gifted by Matt came to be.
My name is Kia. I am the founder and director of Gifted by Matt. Gifted by Matt is a business that focuses on, that creates handmade soy-scented candles. We make jar candles, we make mold, sculptured candles, we make reed diffusers, we make room and linen sprays. We also just introduced wax melts, soy wax melts. The business started in May 2022, so we're just over 2 years now. It's been a journey. It's been a real journey, a really interesting and a learning journey. There's been trial and error and like everything. What inspired me to get into this business is because I really love scented candles. I really love reed diffusers. I love a space that smells really nice. Right now we have about 9 fragrances, and all of that was literally about, finding the right kind of match, finding the right kind of fragrance, and being able to cater for both men and women. And that's literally what I did. It was just a matter of looking into this space because I've got the passion for it, because I love a space that smells good. How can I take this out to people so that they can also have Gifted by Matt in their spaces? Right now, we've been very fortunate in featuring at some of the biggest exhibitions and markets, which is really great for like our business. I think the one thing that we've realized is that, going into spaces like that, you get to meet people, you get to connect, you get to create relationships. And that in itself grows our business because you get that call and people are like, hey, listen, I'm looking for a bulk order for this, or can you maybe gift my wedding or my birthday or whatever, But I think going forward, the biggest thing for us is to get a physical shop. So we'd like to be in one of the big malls where people can actually come and physically experience our product and buy from there. So that's definitely something that we are working towards.
Good evening, Kia. Thank you for coming. So you went through the entire dictionary and the encyclopedias and you couldn't find a softer name than Gifted by Matt.
Well, that could be a yes. I think Gifted by Matt just works perfectly and, describes the business that we do because we are in the gifting space. Yeah. And Matt literally just taken off from my surname just to make it feel and sound a bit cooler.
I'm thinking, could it be a material that you use? So you started the business from your own pocket. And it's been 2 years. How did you start?
It was literally just from my passion of, or my liking of scented candles and reed diffusers. I've always loved a space that smells good. And I think, historically we've always had like those air fresheners in your house, and I always relay this to people that you get that one in your house that literally goes off every like 10 seconds, and then you have to reactivate it after a few minutes or a few seconds. And then literally just from that, I was just like, how can I create something that would speak to me, that would speak to my wider audience, and just create fragrances that would be loved by everyone. And that's where Gifted by Matt came along. It was a journey.
Did you have to train? Did you get some education to do this thing?
No education. It was literally just looking through some videos on YouTube and seeing how people are doing it out there. It was a trial and error moment. I tried a few products, some didn't work, some worked, but it was literally about practicing and making sure that I get that product to perfection before I actually take it out to market. Testing out different fragrances for over a year.
before I can actually go to market and be confident about the kind of product that I want people to love and people to have in their personal spaces. And it was literally about also experimenting with the different fragrances, not just going with the norm fragrances that people are used to, so your vanillas, your chocolates, but how do I actually bring in fragrances that would be different and it would still be loved by people across.
So you love fragrances and that's how you got into this, but who are you making these products for?
I feel like from an audience perspective, everyone is my audience. To be honest, everyone loves a good smelling space, a good smelling home, whether it be office, whether it be a bedroom, bathroom, and I think everyone would be my audience, whether it be men, women, even kids. And I think from a kid perspective, that speaks to the molds that we've recently introduced. It also speaks to the fragrances that we've also introduced in one of our collections, which is the Jada collection. And that's more of your lighter, your more sweeter, your more calmer smells, whereas we also have the fragrances that we launched with. So when we launched with about 4 fragrances, and that was across the candles and the reed diffusers, and then we later introduced about 5 more fragrances, so we have a total about just less than 9 fragrances, and that's across reed diffusers, jar candles, room and linen mists, as well as your mold candles. Yeah. We also have your teddy candles that speaks to the younger generation.
But how did you identify the market? How did you go out and check who's going to like what I'm doing, who's going to buy what I'm creating, most importantly?
I started with family and friends. Yeah. And I think with any...
They normally want discounts or free.
100%. Yeah. But I think just with any business, you need to have that close circle that you would, try out your product with to see how they would love it, how they would receive it, and what their feedback would be. And I think from there, it was just a matter of growing out to different markets to see how it would then be received. So it wasn't a specific audience to say, okay, I feel like these people or this audience would be who I want to target. But it was literally just being open to everyone and just seeing how, people would receive the product.
All of us walk into spaces and we see all sorts of products that look like yours. What defines yours differently?
I think from my product, it's literally just the passion. All of our products are...
Do I get to find the passion in your product when I buy it?
100%.
Talk to me about it.
So all our products are handcrafted. Yeah. So there's no machinery. It's all man-made. So you'll see with our candles, it's literally just made in our small kitchen, poured from our small kitchen. The fragrances...
So in the insert?
The fragrances are also tested in our own personal spaces. So there's no machinery. And I think that was also my biggest thing when starting out, to say, I'm going to be competing with some of these big retailers, but I wanted to be in that space. I wanted to be in a space where, your big retailers would see my product and be on some, okay, there's this new player in the market, why are they different?
And you wouldn't be worried about price range, that you making those a bit bespoke would be slightly expensive to create and therefore expensive to sell.
And that's where we then realized that we actually had to have a specific market and not, have different products for literally everyone. Because I think in a business, you need to have that niche market that you cater to. And if you look at our jars, if you look at how we make our candles, we literally chose material that would speak to people who love a good-looking product, and wouldn't mind paying for a good-looking product, and that's how we set our prices for the products.
So in simple English, this client is high-end.
It is high-end.
Let's take a break. Do not touch that dial. We'll be back shortly.